It's interesting, both those decisions could have been let go by the referee and the game would have been playing. Instead, we've wasted about a minute and a half to having 2 free kicks for fairly innocuous sort of challenges, really.
Potts with the free kick. Harris. Brown. Towards Morley. Cooper, nicely in command. That ball skidded a little quickly off the ground for him, but he controlled that well. It's Brown again. It's a West Ham throw. West Ham will take some encouragement from the fact that maybe some of their best performances this season have been away from home. 5-1 at Bristol City, a 4-0 at Bristol Rovers. They certainly seem to have had it in for the city of Bristol this season. A 3-1 at Peterborough. We saw on television an excellent 1-0 victory at Portsmouth. And here they are making the play again at Millwall, with Breaker playing it in now for Keane, but May bringing it away for Millwall. Byrne. Robson's challenge on Byrne. It's a good one, said the referee. Brown playing it forward. It's Ray. Byrne. Cunningham. Ray again. In goes Paris. Not too hard for the referee. Let's say Andy May wasn't too impressed. Malcolm Allen. In goes Paris again. May knocking it forwards. Potts playing it carefully wide here for Robson. Well, he was certainly taken out by Ray there. Free kick. Alvin Martin coming forward, really without a really big man in the middle to take advantage from this sort of thing. But so Alvin's up there now to see what he can do. Maybe Brown with the free kick. Or will it be Robson? No, it's Brown with the free kick. Driven there towards Martin, but over his head. And a goal kick. Real murky day here in South London. They've switched the floodlights on though. Allen, it's a good header. What's up, Kenny Cunningham? Ray. Good play here. Gray's shot quite easily gathered by Mikosco. Millwall, of course, with an excellent victory at Derby last weekend. Earned them the Barclays Performance of the Week award. Oh, another scrimmage there. No Performance of the Week there. Alvin Martin felt that he was harshly done by. Malcolm Allen, I think, was in the thick of it this time. Well, the referee wants Martin and Allen. Pretty undignified bit of skirmishing there.
I think sometimes those incidents can happen in local derbies where the feelings run high and players overreact to situations here. Alvin goes to ground to tackle the ball and is it, Malcolm comes in a bit late. I don't think he's gone in to actually kick Alvin, but I think Alvin's reacted and thought that he has been because he's on the ground.
And then that all started. And
in fairness, George Paris and Matty Holmes are there to break it up, and they've done quite well.
Well, they both came away with yellow cards.
The referee had to take some action, but in local derbies and some games, it adds the extra spice to it.
Always the purist, Dave.
Well, both of them are okay to carry on playing, aren't they? I mean, there's a difference between a bit of good physical contact and actually kicking somebody and trying to actually injure them.
Winning it in the air, Glasgow out. Quite a spate of Czechoslovakian goalkeepers now. We had Pavel Cernicek of Newcastle live on television in that excellent game against Swindon last week. Ludo Miklosko for West Ham this week. Here's Breaker now for West Ham. Clive Allen, that was a touch of Clive Allen about that one. Caught that on the volley, it was curling well, just a little too high. But almost a chance out of nothing.
That was good approach play by West Ham, a good exchange of passes between Breaker and Keane, and there Clive takes that shot, and he's done that many times before, and they've ended up in the net.
Just over halfway through the first half nil. It's 0-0 here at the Den between Millwall and West Ham. Clive Allen with a header. A foul by Stevens, a free kick to West Ham. Away by Cooper. Clive Allen's in there looking for a half yard, which was denied him by Jamie Morley. Malcolm Allen just keeping that in play. Klosko getting it clear to Holmes, knocked on by him towards Morley. Holmes again picking it up, but showed far too much of that to Cooper, and that'll be a corner for West Ham. Came off Kenny Cunningham, the young Dubliner. Kane will take it. Martin's forward. Breaker's forward as well. Bit of jockeying for position there involving Alvin Martin, and it very nearly unsettled that Millwall defence. It's a goal kick though. Holmes. Stevens and Clive Allen getting involved away off the ball there, and both being called to the referee. Clive Allen was complaining about something that Stevens had done. Stevens took exception to that. Just a little bit of pushing and shoving, and a shake of the hands, and no further action. Brown. It's Byrne. Trying it in for Ray. Very nearly lost out to Paris there. Stevens clear. It'll fall for Byrne. A yard of space for him here. Playing it inside for Phil Barber. Lost out to Matty Holmes. There's Stevens. Clive Allen got it back. More than that, he found Trevor Morley. Kevin Keane's got on a break for him. Morley almost got it back through to Clive Allen, but the flag was up on this side for an offside. Referees acknowledged it, and the game goes on.
That was a good attacking position for West Ham, and Trevor Morley should have really played Kevin Keane, who made an excellent run. He had to just slip it into the space, and Kevin Keane would have been causing problems there. Really, there's only been 2 shots of note, one where Ludo's had to save with no problems, and Clive's snapshot. Both sides have had a couple of corners each, but there's been very little goal-mouth incident at the moment.
All his header. Cooper's clearance to Ray. Run for May to Cunningham. Cunningham knocking it forward to Ray. A little touch there, stopped by Paris. Holmes, juddering challenge there by Andy May. Another free kick to West Ham. Prepares to take this free kick. And an offside flag. Millwall's by far their biggest league crowd. It's an all-ticket crowd. 12,445. Yvonne's the West Ham manager. Getting it back. Well, there's an excellent piece of goalkeeping there by Ludo McCloskey. Not back there, of course he couldn't handle it. But the infringement might give McCloskey more work here now, giving Millwall the free kick some 8 or 9 yards outside the West Ham penalty area. So it might be Phil Barber's responsibility. 4 in the wall. Mark Robson just off it. But they play it wide here for Cunningham. Knocked in straight at Mark Robson. Morley taking it on the head. Away by Keller. Half an hour gone. Still Millwall 0, West Ham 0. Millwall win, they go 4th, remember, leapfrogging over West Ham. If West Ham win, they stay 4th, but they do close up to within a point. The teams lying at 2nd and 3rd, Swindon and Tranmere. And Mick McCarthy firmly believes, the Millwall manager, that Newcastle will be caught, that that long lead of theirs will be whittled down over the coming months, and that we shall have a really thrilling chase for this championship. And I think he probably believes that Millwall will be a part of it, and I think few will disagree with that. Certainly it's testing times for Millwall. They came through it with flying colours up at the baseball ground last weekend. Another test for them here, and they go to Newcastle before Christmas. They will then know just how good they are. May playing it in. Flag stays down. Klosko gets it away. Have you seen much of Newcastle this season, David?
No, I haven't. I've seen them on television a couple of times, and we had them watch Chelsea before we played there, and but I understand they're playing very well. They're looking a good all-round side, and this is the first time I've seen Millwall as well, and one or two people are telling me they've been playing very well as well. I've seen West Ham about 3 times, and they've always done well on the 3 games I've seen them.
Cooper. Keane getting away from Dawes. Morley waiting in the middle for him. Breaker's made a break down the flank also. Breaker's a fair crosser of the ball, getting it this time towards Morley. There's the header, tipped away by Keller.
That was good play. Keane beat his man very well and linked up with Breaker, and the cross came in, and Trevor Morley unfortunately just couldn't quite direct it down to make the keeper make a more difficult save.
Breaker does make those breaks so well for West Ham down that flank, gives them an extra option all the time, and it's Keane with the corner. Martin again at the near post, looking for that little flick on maybe, or the little flick in, but it won't this time because Barber got it away. Robson, and Keller collects quite comfortably for Millwall.
I think really West Ham have got to try and get their fullbacks wide, because Millwall haven't got wide players. They've only got the fullbacks there, and Millwall rely on the fullbacks to give them width. And I think if the fullbacks can link up with the wide players down the outsides, then it means that either the front players or the inside midfield players have got to come out and defend.
May tossing it in there. Brown getting it away. And this time Keith Stevens will get a yellow card. The referee claims for elbowing on Clive Allen. It's a little harsh, that one, to me.
Well, we had Mr. Walton at Liverpool on Wednesday, and he found his book quite easy to find on many occasions.
Ray gets it up to Malcolm Allen. To Morley. Who's down by Martin. And I must say that looked a fairly crude challenge to me by Alvin Martin on young Morley, who is still down. But to be fair, the referee was right there and saw nothing untoward as far as he was concerned. Dawes. Ray playing it wide for Cunningham. Morley is on his feet again. Just whipping in there towards John Byrne. Alvin Martin got there first. Robson could only knock it as far as Cunningham. Ray playing it in towards Malcolm Allen. Bit of space here for Cunningham to line up across. Stopped by Steve Potts. Collected here by Robson. And West Ham can get it away again. Down to a safe area well inside the Millwall half of the field. Dawes to Barber. Potts. Paris. Morley to Allen. Paris to Breaker. Paris. Brown. Robson. Getting it to Brown again. I don't think he'll get it back to Robson because Cunningham, but...
That was an opportunity where West Ham got 2 players down the flank, and you found that John Byrne was playing right back. And probably that's the best place to get him if you're West Ham, and I think